The purpose of this video is to convince you that the subject of this course, creating pivot tables in Microsoft Excel, is worth learning. This video won't show you how to create pivot tables. The manipulations will probably go by too quickly, but it will illustrate the types of results pivot tables offer, as well as how easy they are to achieve. The first example uses the data you see here. It lists orders placed by a company's big customers. Each row represents an order by some customer for some product. As you can see by the repeated order ID values in column A, some orders are for multiple products. This data set is of medium size, with 1,750 records. The company wants the information described in the text box: a list of orders, a list of products ordered, a list of products broken down by product category, the total amount paid broken down by customer and product category, with a corresponding column chart of this breakdown for any selected customer, and the total amount paid by month with a corresponding line chart. Assuming that you're pretty good at Excel, but you don't know anything about pivot tables, how long do you think it would take you to provide this information? I'll show you in real time how it can be done with pivot tables. Just sit back and watch. There is a list of order IDs. There are over 600 of them. There is a list of products. Close to 80 of them. There's a list of products broken down by product category, such as beverages or condiments. There's the numerical breakdown, and here's a chart. There's a lot going on in that chart, but I will break it down by one customer. Any customer you like. Each bar shows the total amount spent by that customer in that product category. And finally, break it down by order date. I will group these. And I'll make this a line chart. So that's how long it took to get all of that information. The second example, for the data you see here, lists 856 potential customers for a new frozen lasagna product. The last column indicates whether the person has tried the product, yes or no. The company marketing the product wants to understand which customer characteristics might be associated with lasagna triers. Are they young? Do they live alone? Do they make large salaries, or what? Specifically, the company wants the information described in the text box: the percentage of these customers who have tried the product, and for each of the other variables, such as age or live alone, a breakdown of the percentages in each of its categories who have tried the product with corresponding column charts. Again, sit back and watch as I provide this information. Note that some of the variables, such as age and income, aren't categorical, but pivot tables allow you to group such data into categories. That's the first answer. 57.8% have tried the product. Let's break it down by neighborhood. For each of these neighborhoods, you can see what percentage have tried the product. Obviously, the highest percentage is in the West. As I get this information, in real time, I would be writing it down on a piece of paper or making notes here in the spreadsheet. I will create a column chart of these percentages. Next, let's try age. There are too many ages, so I will group them. It looks like the youngest people are the ones most likely to try. Let's try gender. Little difference. Males are a little more likely to try, but not much more. Let's look at dwell type. Not much difference there. Let's look at income. Again, I will group. These 100% may not be very significant. They may correspond to only about 1 or 2 people. But it does look like the people who earn more tend to use our product. By now you get the idea. For each of these potential variables, I can see both numerically and graphically what effect they have on whether people try the product or not. Hopefully you are now convinced that pivot tables represent one of Excel's most powerful tools, if not its most powerful tool, and that you should be in the elite group of Excel users who have mastered pivot tables. The rest of the videos in this series will provide instructions on how to create the types of pivot tables you saw here, and they will show much more. Fortunately, as you will see, pivot tables are not only extremely powerful, but they are incredibly easy to use.